Rising Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read for this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to new in Gemini, May into June 2021. And I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Leo rising, Mars conjunct the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, shall we? Let's get up in this gig. Yes, I did take a break from reading for a little bit while my book Words of Grace has been moving through the interwebs on Kindle. If you want to check it out, go right ahead. There are links in the description box, like everybody else has got their stuff for the past year or so, and more so, right? My creativity, my good fortune comes from my ability to speak, my ability to read, my ability to teach, and my ability to write. So I'm kind of done with the writing for a little bit. I'm back to reading and speaking, but, you know, try and stop me, right, Leo rising? So let's get up in this gig. What we're doing is a 7-card draw. 1 card from 7 different divination systems, although 2 are healing systems, 2 are tarot, and 3 are oracles. Each is to give you clues, tips, and hints about what you need for a very specific timeline. We are looking at a waning moon read, right? The waning moon starting at full on in Sagittarius on Wednesday, May 26th, 7:14 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York. Then we're looking at the waning, the shrinking, the wearing away, the alchemy, the shadow work, right? To new moon in Gemini, Thursday, June 10th, 6:53 a.m., right? So you get to sleep through that last bit of dark moon, right? Wake up with a brand new day on Thursday. And here's the thing, shadow work. And my guys wanted to do it this way this time because, yeah, all waning moons are good for shadow work, but we also have like 18,000 planets in retrograde, Mercury being one of them, and I believe it's retrograde in its ruling sign of Gemini. Oh no. Right? Oh no. So, but let's see, right? So all I can ask for anybody watching any of my readings is please remember, be kind. It's a general read. I don't understand why anybody would ever thumb down any single reading on YouTube, right? These readers are working their ass off. I'm working my ass off, right? If it's not your read, it's not your read. Anybody who really does a thumb down on a reading, it's either not their reading and they don't get that, or it is their reading and they don't like what they heard. So, you know, I don't see any wiggle room in between that, right? Help a reader out. It helps circulate people's work, and it's our creativity, and for many of us, an integral part of our spiritual path. I'm a Leo. I'm an artist. Cope. Shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. If you can't, that's fine. But focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from my pantheons of the divine who work through these decks, through me, to you for the well-being of all. Please take a nice deep breath. Because here we go. Fixed fire energy. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, what is the dominant archetype in play for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, right? That they need to alchemize from lead to gold. Maybe it's somebody else that is still triggering the alchemy within them, right? In some way, shape, or form, shadow work needing to be done, even if it's not their personal archetype for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Maybe it's a larger situation, but please, this is the 8th chakra point of view. What's going on for them? This full moon in Sag, waning to new in Gem, the hero-heroine archetype. Now, I have a feeling in the True Love reads, because I'm doing 2 series simultaneously, I just want to get the full moon, new moons out before new moon. I'll get back to them. I'm enjoying the hell out of them. They're just wild this time. And I mean, I don't have the clipboard in front of me, but I have a feeling the hero heroine came up in somebody's something somewhere. The shadow and the light. The shadow is what you're healing. That's the shadow work. That's what these reads are for. That's why it's a shadow read. Alchemizing it into light, from toxic to healthy, from lead to gold. Lead being an insulator, power can't go through it, gets trapped, built up, really shadowy. Stuff you don't want to look at or you don't want anybody else to know about, right? This could be somebody else, remember. But this light, what you're shooting for, the gold from the lead, which is a conductor, not an insulator. The shadow attribute, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. I mean, I have the hero archetype for comes and goes. No, that's a Chronos archetype, right? That's my act. It's an action family archetype, not a masculine family archetype, hence hero, heroine. But I think at this point, hero is gender neutral, so I'm just going to say hero for the rest of the reading. So the light that you're shooting for, and I know this one is a passion, for a journey of personal empowerment. So talking right there about the hero's journey. Now, a lot's been written about the hero's journey. I believe the original term was coined by Joseph Campbell, who I was exposed to at a relatively young age. Power of myth and all that stuff. I mean, everything from Luke Skywalker to Heracles to, you know, the ancient myths of all traditions. There's always a hero, right? So this pattern has been on the planet, developing our ability to take action in a heroic way, which is usually about honor, right? Rather than, well, what's the opposite of a hero but a villain, right? So sometimes they look like heroes, but if there is a safe Mercury retrograde already in the shadow, escapism, and a false sense of heroism, often that creates an anti-hero, right? You know, it's like they think they're doing the best thing possible, but meanwhile they're leaving a lot of destruction in their wake and escaping it. Let's see what this is about. We're going to use that's a healing system, Carolyn Mace. We're going to use the Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Who's the angel I need to work with on this? Please take a nice deep breath. Because here we are. And I mean, particularly with the hero-heroine archetype. Ready? Wait till you hear this. If you're new to my channel, you're going to love this. I call upon the angels of fire and the sign of Leo in the south, the Michaelites, the archangel Michaelites, certainly one of the archangels of heroism, right? Firefighters, policemen, emergency workers, first responders, please, one card in clarity. My beloved, gorgeous Michaelites. One card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading to help them alchemize this hero, heroine archetype. The healing angel of self-acceptance. So this is about you. Regardless of who else, I mean, you might very well be dealing with the hero, heroine, like I said, might not be your archetype. But certainly there is a massive opportunity for you to heal. Now, what would the healing angel of self-acceptance do? Because that's not its name, that's its title. Well, obviously it's going to heal you through self-acceptance, but what does it take to do that? Sometimes you need to break down and cry in order to do that, right? You have to face your fears, but if I accept this about myself, who am I? Well, that's shadow work. You got the Horse of Miracles even says, God cannot heal what you will not acknowledge. Now, take out that word God, put whatever you want in there, higher power, Holy Spirit, whatever you want, right? But definitely we're talking about an empowerment thing here. So even if you are dealing with this, you get to accept what you feel. You get to accept what you want, right? What you think and all of that. But understand, chances are, if you are this hero/heroine, it's all part of your journey. The mantra that I use for self-acceptance isn't I accept, I accept, I accept, although that will work. It's okay. It's okay to feel this way, but we're not torching the house, right? It's okay to feel, for example, the deadly sin of wrath in the heart chakra, right? It's okay to feel that. Just, we're not sending that text message. We're not doing that because do you want to be a hero or a villain? Now, if you're dealing with somebody like that, we'll see what other cards hit the table. But in a general read, right, it could go either way. Let's ground this a little bit with the Crystal Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. The voices of Archangel Ariel, my personal archangelic lineage. Please take a nice deep breath. Maybe you'll hear why. My beloved Archangel Ariel. Archangel of the North, powers of Earth, hence the Crystal Oracle. The Archangel of Lyons. Ariel meaning the Lioness of God. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective. What could be more appropriate? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the Crystal Oracle they need? What's written in the book? The stone itself, maybe something like the stone itself, to help them alchemize and do the shadow work for this hero, heroine, with the healing angel of self-acceptance. This full moon in Sag, waning to new in Gemini. Kyanite. Now, Kyanite can run ya. I'm just saying, a lot can be, depending on, you know, if it's jewel cut. That is one that you can find in inexpensive jewelry, Kyanite, different than like rose quartz, right? So buyer beware. If you're actually going to get a piece that's beautiful, I don't think I have any kyanite. I only work with stones that I really am called to anyway, as a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Obviously an earth sign, but also I like the sparkly, sparkly, clicky, clickies of the Leo moon. Where are you, kyanite? Kyanite. So our keywords: intuition, ideas, and dreams. So look, intuition, ideas, and dreams are necessary for the hero to take the journey, because if you don't have dreams, and I mean, maybe this is sleepy dreams, but when I hear that word, that doesn't immediately go to the nocturnal unwinding of the subconscious mind. To me, that speaks of your goals, your aspirations, the things written in your heart. It does say pay attention to your intuition and your dreams over the coming days, for you are being guided towards deeper spiritual understanding and insight. Would make sense. This is very much a third eye stone. Through this process, much of which occurs on a subconscious level or in your dream state, a rather ingenious idea will surface that will radically change your views on life, particularly your career. So the thing is when our subconscious mind is telling us something, or we're getting something intuitively, we have some sort of visionary dream and we don't accept it. We repress it. We go, no, 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 no. And then when it happens, we beat the crap out of ourselves, right? The ego gets us coming and going. But the ego is not your enemy. The ego is the part of the soul that is most dormant. It's still unwinding and unraveling, and it's doing it quickly during these times we are living in. So I will tell you this. The work of Caroline Myss, there's an audio somewhere you could find, self-esteem, your most powerful resource, or something like that. And I'm paraphrasing wildly here. Bear with me for the metaphor, because this is worth saying, particularly if you are the hero. Self-esteem and intuition are two sides of the same coin, because it's your intuition, right? So how you estimate yourself, if you make self-esteem a verb, then you are empowering yourself and saying, you know, this is my intuition. I may not know exactly what it's about. So if you get a vision and you have to check with every single person that you know before you even begin to act upon it, that's fine. But understand, if this is you, you got to accept, no, this is where I am in this, and this is how I feel, and I don't know. But my mind is trying to talk me out of it, right? My fear, and that's okay. That's part of the process too. Kyanite will help you ground this idea as you discover ways of practically applying your idea in your everyday life and work. However, do not try to force the process. That's good. Right? You don't have to force this. It's a flow, not a force. The idea will surface when you least expect it. Simply relax and allow yourself to be open to new possibilities and insights. Know that they already exist within you in an abstract spiritual form. So intuition, ideas, and dreams. But here's the tea with this that I'm getting. Whatever it is that is rising up inside of you, really, really give yourself the time that you need. Because we'll see what your healing mantra is from the Macon Healing Mantra deck, but here's what's coming through. You don't have to act on it right away, but you can give yourself the time and space to just allow it to be. That strike when the iron is hot. It does take courage to bring an idea, and come on, what's a hero without courage? A villain, right? So that self-acceptance of, all right, I'm feeling this and I don't know what to do. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Gonna give myself some time to rest, right? And go with the flow rather than paddle upstream. Very Abraham Hicks. Let's keep going, right? 1 healing system, 2 oracles. Let's get 2 tarot on the deck here. We'll do the Daughters of the Moon first, 1 card, and then the Mythic Tarot, 1 card. The Daughters of the Moon, the internal world, your internal world, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, if you want energetic coordinates. The Mythic Tarot, the external world, the yang world, the physical world, lower 3 chakras, either you from the outside looking in, which is helpful sometimes, or some aspect of the physical situation that would affect you in a root, sacrum, solar plexus way. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved goddess of fire in the sign of Leo. Yeah. Who felt that? Please, 1 card in clarity for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this stream. And yes, I could relate to these cards simply. I'm just not feeling the energetic connection, but I'm picking up energy in the collective on this. So please, my goddess, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown that the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading needs to be aware of, particularly if the intuition we're talking about here is creative intuition. That is the heart, third eye, crown. Right? Alchemizing this hero, heroine archetype from lead to gold with the healing angel of self-acceptance and kyanite. Yeah, there are some emotional storms going on here. The Five of Cups, some emotional upset, right? But also that can very much be the stirring of the subconscious. So, let's say you've had some upsets for the past week, pick your time frame, for the past year, for the past life, for the past 10 lives, whatever. And, you're repressing them, you're pushing them down, like, no, I'm too busy, I got to do this, right? So you're really not accepting the way that you feel. Well, somebody comes along, they're having a bad day, they look at you the wrong way, and you hex them for filth, right? It's like that's what the storm does. You want to allow these emotions to move through you, right, as a way of alchemizing your personal power. I can give myself the love that only I can give myself, even while I'm at storm on the inside. Fives are numbers of change, so what is the sky like after a good storm? Is there anything clearer? Is the air ever sweeter than after a good rainstorm? No, I'm not talking a hurricane, all right? But a storm that will pass, right? Watering and nourishing the element of earth, right? Clearing the air, replenishing, right? Sometimes a good cry is what we need, and we don't have to know why. And sometimes we see why afterwards. It's easy, but how hard is it to navigate in an emotional storm? So again, there's a real emotional part of this, the intuitional part. So, whatever your moon sign is, you might want to have a look-see-duck-see. What's this look like on the outside? Here we go. My godly fire in the sign of Leo. One card in clarity for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, receiving this reading, whether they are the hero, heroine or not, they're dealing with that. Maybe a situation is just forcing them to be a hero or a villain. Please, what does this look like from the outside with that alchemy? Calling in the angel of self-acceptance, which I'm really getting is going to be big. Because when you are at storm, it is really hard to accept, right, all of those feelings, and certainly you don't have to do it all in 10 seconds, right? But with that kyanite, that they can, even if they don't get the stone, if they can get it right, the intuition, I may not be able to feel the intuition because I'm at storm right now, so let me look to my dreams, right? Let me look to what my subconscious mind, what my intuition might be. And regardless of what the mantra is, there's a really good mantra in that deck that I use every day. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. And I add to that, at least for now. Right? So, my gods, what does this look like on the outside? From the outside looking in, or some aspect of the physical, this full moon in Sag, waiting to new and gem. Two of Wands, indecision. This is my indecision card. It's Jason of Jason and the Argonauts. The quest to retrieve the golden fleece has already been issued. But he is standing outside the cave of Chiron, the centaur, the Kentor in Greek, I believe, the wounded healer, but who prepares warriors for such quests, like Achilles and Heracles. I mean, he had a bunch of different teachers, Heracles, right? So he's like, go to market or go on the quest, right? So I could see that. You could be very much emotionally at storm, but I'm also going to say with Jason and the Argonauts, he's a classic Greek hero. So again, you are either dealing with a hero who's indecisive and you're at storm about it, or this is you from the outside looking in. Again, general read. Feel like commenting, please do, because I find that interesting. Because both are true in a quantum read. It's all true in a quantum collective read. But let's see. Right, we got two tarot. We got two oracles and a healing system. Here's our second healing system, the healing mantra deck. Something to help you through this, right? I found this deck extremely helpful over the past year or so. I love Matt Kahn. Check out his work on YouTube. Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N, like Kubla, like Genghis, like Madeline, like Chaka. Matt Kahn, all for love. Check him out. Voices of the Ascended Masters. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm really picking up on that kyanite vibe there. It's really coming. Like, there are really good ideas coming. There's really, like, clarity that's coming, but it's all like the Moon card is kind of what I'm feeling, which is not that different from the Five of Cups when you're emotionally upset. So please, Ascended Masters, General Assembly, 1 card for the Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Alchemizing the hero archetype with self-acceptance, kyanite, the storm on the inner, 2 of Wands on the outer. Probably more of a choice and a life-changing decision, but still indecision is what that feels like. I don't know what I want. What's their perfect healing mantra? This full moon in Sag, waning to gem. Growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. This is an alchemical mantra. All of them are, but this one in particular is quite potent and very hard to believe when you start it, right? Because we have such resistance. Whether the guilt is our own, we perceive our own, or someone else's, or both, to get that in the quantum unity of it all, it couldn't have happened any other way. And if you ever dabble in the quantum, get that the world that we are in, this quantum hologram, all of the possible outcomes have already been filmed. We are reviewing what has already gone by. And that's a line from A Course in Miracles. You are viewing what has already gone by. So you can't fuck up the divine plan. Couldn't happen any other way. And this is in one of Matt Kahn's book. He said, in order for me to become who I was born to be in this life, my life couldn't have happened any other way. And you start doing this mantra and you're like, rah, 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 right? Kicks up the storm. I don't know. So it's a very, very powerful healing thing. But whatever comes up by doing this mantra is the shadow, is the lead, is the villain, whether this is you or somebody else. A big deal. I mean, if everybody did this mantra, right, this world would heal so fucking fast. Thankfully, that's not necessary. Sorry, I forgot the alphabet for a moment. Because as one of us heals, all of us heal. I didn't make it that way. Where are you? Growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. Oh, I've said that. Sobbing fucking lava tears out my eyes. When you grow beyond guilt, there is a heartfelt acceptance that any sequence of events unfolds in a perfect flow that is organized and expressed by the universe, not us. Like, I don't care how much we create our own reality, we create our experience of physical reality internally first, through reaction or response, right? This takes the pressure of control off your shoulders. All right, I'm not in charge of the entire fucking universe. It may revolve around me. I am a Leo, but, you know, this takes the pressure of control off your shoulders so you can enjoy the way in which life has come to be, which is very Leo 5th house, by the way. Since everything is designed, destined to change, and can only change you for the better, on a soul level, growing beyond guilt enables you to see how exquisitely the gift of life unfolds. And sometimes we don't get it here until much time has gone by. But if there is guilt affecting you in here, understand that that guilt, yeah, it's lead in your system, whether it's guilt of about yourself or somebody else, past life, who cares? A chain against another is a chain against myself, A Course in Miracles. And it is a chain that's not true, because later you look back and you go, oh, that couldn't have happened any other way. In order for me to get to where I am, I had to go through that. Whether I was villain or hero, forgiveness is your thing here. Growing beyond guilt. Wow. Okay. I mean, it does make sense with a hero, heroine, and self-acceptance. All right. Last card down, and this is the Party Turner deck. This one, that's why it's last. The Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of your own higher selves, and the higher selves of all involved. Like, I don't know who else is involved here, if at all. I'm not, nothing here, at least on the table, indicating a soul contract. So let's see what this is, because all of a sudden it could be, this is a spiritual connection, right? Or whatever. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, lovely. The higher selves of all involved, please. 5th dimension and above 8th chakra. And above 1 card in clarity for the Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their piece of information, inspiration, or insight that you have for them? This alchemizing the hero archetype, right? Last card down. Let's do this, right? Going from escapism and a false sense of heroism to a passion for a journey of personal empowerment, calling in the healing angel of self-acceptance. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, because their dreams, their subconscious, right? Their ideas, they're all like floating around in their subconscious mind, right? Guidance, good things are on their way, particularly in work. And I can feel that, their creative expression, even in their work, but they are at storm on the inner, and they need to acknowledge that all storms pass, and they are being a little indecisive, maybe about some even basic choices here on the outside, because they might be overwhelmed or carrying chains of guilt, and who amongst us are not, right? To really work that mantra and to be gentle with themselves, to go with the flow. It's like, couldn't happen any other way. That they'll feel their bodies relax and know that they've taken a step, right? So what do you got for them, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above? Higher selves, this full moon in Sag, waning to new in Gemini. Treasure your loved ones. Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. You know, I got back into A Course in Miracles. I read A Course in Miracles. It's a book. It's a long story is what it is. A workbook, a textbook, a form of spiritual psychotherapy that you do for yourself, right? It's a self-study course, though groups meet. It really is, it says right in the introduction that the course does not aim to teach the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does, however, teach how to remove the obstacles to love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. And a lot of that has to do with guilt. That is the lead, right? The fear. Guilt is a child of fear, if you want to, right? Just like compassion is a child of love. So this self-acceptance of being compassionate with yourself, you may be doing some emotional release here, but this is a shadow read, right? So it does make sense. And by all means, don't make any great big huge decisions when you're at storm. And maybe that's part of it. You know what? This can't happen any other way. I don't know what to do. But with the guidance of treasure your loved ones, that will focus you, that will center you. Because as you start to choose love, a book called Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Yes, I know she ran for president, but that book saved my shit back in the 90s, right? Got me to do A Course in Miracles eventually, along with Disappearance of the Universe and a couple of other really wonderful books along the way. But that's what taught me how to forgive in the quantum sense. And when you get that, there are 8 billion different, quantum threads stemming from every decision I make. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm playing my role. Whatever happened in the past couldn't happen any other way. This is the path my soul is meant to take, doing the best that I can. And isn't that just about self-acceptance? Maybe that's what you need to call in the angels to sort of surround you and say, it's okay. It's okay. You're a hero on the journey. Who fucking nails it every single day? No one. Let me give you the blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a very encouraging read. I will say that. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, the ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please. No. 5th dimension. Right. No, sorry. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Yeah, like I'm going to get that wrong. Please may the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus, sun watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all they need, like maybe a piece of kyanite or something similar, just to kind of calm them down, get them in that place of their dreams and their subconscious. A lot of water energy going on there, but they're genius ideas coming in that are really going to bless them at work. So that if they really start working this mantra, may the angels, the gods, and the masters assist them in growing beyond guilt, getting that it couldn't have happened any other way, which is really hard to do at storm. And yet, to work with the healing angel of self-acceptance, say it's okay at storm. Everybody goes to storm, right? And that they are not sure what to do, and that's okay. The angels are there to help them. It's okay. Give yourself a break. Flow, relax, allow things to unfold. Treasure your loved ones near and far. That is going to open up your heart. It's going to balance the mind. You're going to see the larger picture. You're going to get that it couldn't have happened any other way, and love is the only thing that's real. And what better for a hero, heroine, climbing that mountain on a path of personal empowerment. This full moon in Sagittarius, waning to new in Gemini. May they be so blessed, this hero, heroine, whether it's them, somebody else, that they may treasure their loved ones and really get everything that's ever happened in this quantum hologram called life on planet Earth. Very Matrix. It couldn't have happened any other way. For their well-being, for my well-being, for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Flow to the music. This is where I put in the music. I can't hear it here, but I can hear it here, and you can hear it here. I know, an intense read, but it's a shadow work read, right? Well, they can't be all like Cancer's read. That was a really hot one. That was a really, really, really good read. Anyway, if you liked it, like it. Want more, subscribe. You know, every time you like somebody's video, it shifts the algorithm. More people get to see it. Want to check out my book? Go right ahead. Words of Grace from a Professional Witch on Kindle. Link in the description box. Don't have Kindle? You get the free Kindle app, and then you have Kindle, right? Regardless of your device. Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my lovely Leonines, of this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to new in Gemini. Careful on that retrograde, darlings. Want to book me for a reading? Find me on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, links in the description box. Would love to read you. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best. The very, very blessed of all of this insanity we're about to go into. Hell! Farewell, my darlings, and blessed, blessed be.